welcome back to the Woogity Bros podcast. I'm your host for the evening, Steve. We got on the podcast today, Joey.
What's up, everybody? How we doing today?
We got Johnny.
Skill.
And today we got a special guest, Mr. Michael.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right, buddy.
That's a good one.
Let's kick it off. What's going on, boys?
What's happening?
I just want to say welcome, Mike. First time, long time, right?
Yeah, here for a good time, not for a long time. No, I'm just kidding. It's an honor to be here, guys. Appreciate the invite.
Welcome. It's about time you join us.
People are familiar with the podcast. If they've listened in, they know that you're the notorious Mike that we talk about every once in a while.
Notorious Mike. So before we got on the call, I was told there's been some name dropping. I would appreciate a little bit more context. What exactly provoked that?
If you want context, go watch the episodes.
Hey man, I'm driving back 5 hours on Friday, so I'll have plenty of
out.
There you go.
The wait and see approach, huh? Okay.
Yep.
He's about to listen to the whole catalog.
All right, Mike. I got a question for you. I feel like everybody wants to know, who do you think you are?
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to come back and ask that question with a little bit more intent.
That's like The Office. That's like The Office. I have a question. How dare you?
Try again. I'll give you a mulligan.
No.
That's another question for you, Mike. How dare you?
Answer the question.
Who are you? I mean, I'm one of your best friends. The one that wanted to be the party pooper and not be part of this on a consistent basis. But I think you know who I am. I don't think the viewers need to know all the ins and outs.
All right, let's let them in real quick. Hey, Joe, do you want to tell them about the time that at your house we made him drink a whole shit ton of milk?
You didn't make me. Hey, that was my choice. It was actually a good time. And you also didn't give me the correct rules. You told me I'd half the amount of time that I really had for the
But you
milk
said you
challenge.
could do it still.
That's not the point.
Beside the point.
You told me I had 30 minutes. So, of course, I'm going to, I can do that in 30 minutes. Had I had 60.
You didn't have to say that, though. You didn't have to agree.
I thought that was the premise of the challenge.
But you can't get mad at us for giving you
I'm not mad.
wrong. You can't say we gave you the wrong information, like you were set up. Right? Maybe we did, but like it's not like we set you up because you're the one who agreed. If you didn't think you could do it in 30 minutes, then you should have done it in try to say you could do it.
I don't mean set up so literal, but had I had 60 minutes, I think we all know how that day would have went. That gallon of milk was almost gone in 30 minutes. I think I got 3/4 down. So
you said, "Give me a tall glass, and I got this."
Joe, why don't will you explain for the listeners who might not know what this challenge is?
It wasn't my challenge. I don't even remember what the challenge was.
Okay, John.
I believe it was just like the gallon milk challenge where you just try to drink a gallon of milk within 30 minutes.
But it's really in an hour.
Oh, it's in an hour.
Supposedly, we don't really know.
Come to find out, yes.
Allegedly.
Cite your sources.
Yes.
We're big on citing sources.
We can run that back this weekend. I mean,
I would love to see that.
If you give me 60 minutes, that's not even a question. It's not even close.
That's what she said.
Hey.
Wait, so what happened after the first 3/4 of a gallon of milk?
I had to stop. I just got super bloated. It was just too much in a short period of time.
But he was very confident.
You think the extra 30 minutes would have expanded your stomach a little bit more?
I would not have rushed, and I could have gone a little bit more gradually. Yes. easily.
Now, do you think you could do it easier if you had a sleeve of Oreos?
No.
What?
Absolutely not.
Do you think you could do the challenge that you failed at easier if we added more to your challenge?
No.
Just a little bit.
Where's the logic in that? Hey, I know you couldn't drink a gallon of milk in 30 minutes, but if I gave you cookies to have with the gallon of milk that you couldn't drink, do you think you could do it then? Like, no, bro.
Joe, I'm with you, but as crazy as it sounds, I get where he's coming from. He's probably thinking like, oh, you're going to be thirstier if you're eating chocolate. But yeah, no, it's too much liquid in a short period of time to also give, solid food into the equation. But I mean, we all know after you eat an Oreo, what a glass of milk goes down.
You gotta have
I get it. But
I don't, because you said you were bloated, and cookies is just gonna make you more
because
bloated.
Again, I was forced to do it in 30 minutes.
That's fine. I understand that. I get that part. I'm just saying, I think the cookies is gonna make it a lot worse. I think you maybe only get half a gallon down.
Yep. I don't really like Oreos that much. They're good, but
I mean,
you're not a sweet guy.
This is why
I got some Reese's in the fridge right now.
Ooh.
You know, yeah. Not the freezer. Fridge.
Cold, Reese's, but not... such a difference between Reese's and Oreos.
Yeah, Reese's does not like save you from not liking Oreos, bro.
No, someone said I'm not a sweets guy.
Yeah,
I got some Reese's in the fridge, man, you know?
Okay. I'm still trying to understand this whole not liking the Oreos thing though. Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not a big fan. I like Oreos. I'm not like, yo, let me eat a whole package of these things. Like, I feel like that's one of those snacks you could open up and just eat it all in one sit down. 4 or 5. I'm content.
Call me fat, but I need a goddamn mega stuffed kind. I can't eat regular Oreos no more.
What about Oreos?
So jaded by the big Oreos. He's like, I can't even deal with these regular Oreos anymore.
Yeah. I need more cream in my life.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
Pause.
Double stuffed Sheridan.
Oh, you mean like coming?
Like coming.
That's funny.
Oh, brother.
Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a fucking mess. I don't even know how I ended up here.
I've been watching too much Superbad lately.
Oh, it's been a minute. So random, but if we're gonna talk about a movie, I'm just gonna be very spontaneous with a movie that I watched last night. Have you guys ever seen She's Out of My League?
Yeah.
Super low key movie.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
I don't know.
I don't even remember his name. Well, what is his name?
Jay blah 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 blah.
Oh, Jay Long?
Baruchel, something like that.
Baruchel, yeah.
That the guy in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yes.
The normal guy in Tropic Thunder.
And fucking what's his face? Who's the other dude that's in it? He's in Deadpool.
The dude with the fro. Friggin' curly.
Yeah, Stainer.
Yeah, Stainer. Yeah. Dude, hilarious.
Christ on a corn dog.
Yeah, exactly. and whatever her name is, she's bad as hell. But I watched that movie last night and I'm like, damn, I laughed a lot more during this than any movie I've watched in a while. Like,
TJ Miller. That's the dude.
TJ Miller is funny. Yeah. When did that movie come out? Do we know? I'm sorry.
That movie's fucking old.
The movie I brought up?
2010.
Like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
So
2010.
Yeah, there you go. I knew it was somewhere around high school. Because I was like, damn, this has been out this long and I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Not like I'm a movie buff, but I typically.
No, you're not.
I mean, I watch movies. I fuck with some movies, but
everything outside of like Love and Basketball, He Got Game, and Shawshank Redemption, I'm not trusting you.
I like comedies. I like movies based on true stories. I like
the one with the
action.
James Bond. He's a James Bond guy.
I grew up on James Bond.
James Bond is great.
Guy.
Absolutely.
James Bond guy.
Sean Connery. You know what I mean? That's
we know what you mean.
Goat. That's a goat when it comes to movies. He started with James Bond though, and look at everything he did from there.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Roger Moore. The Rock was pretty good, yeah. Nicolas Cage.
Roger Moore was great.
Yep, he was up there. He was one of the best James Bonds. That would be a great idea for a podcast episode. I don't know how many of you actually have seen numerous 007 episodes, but
I don't really care. For
Negative Batman.
That is a hot topic of conversation when it comes to 007. Who is people that enjoyed the movies.
People love 007.
Like
I like 007.
Who has been the best actors over time? They've had 6 or 7.
I like Pierce Brosnan.
I liked him as well. Daniel Craig. I mean,
Daniel Craig.
The time and the money that they put into the movies obviously now is different than what it was back then. And the acting's obviously a lot better, but it's like comparing it to the NBA. Like, oh, this player would have dominated in the 80s. Like, it's just a different era. Like,
okay, Mike.
Have you seen Casino Royale?
You like that? Oh, you like that?
He brings up a valid point. We always discuss like players. If they played today, would they be crazy good? We never talk about actors like in previous eras that would be monsters in this era.
Because a lot of actors have been through like multiple eras.
Like my guy Denzel. Sheridan, stop hating.
I'm not hating. He's got a lot of good movies that I like.
Yeah, but you said Nick Cage was better than Denzel.
Yeah,
I'm a big Nick Cage guy.
That's where
you can be a big Nick Cage guy and still put some respect on Denzel's.
That's unconscious bias, man. You can't let bias get in the.
But I don't like his Equalizer shits.
There's so much more to Denzel than Equalizer, though.
This much of Denzel's career is Equalizer.
Yeah,
Denzel doesn't like Equalizer, but he likes money. But he likes money.
I don't like Flight. I'm not a fan of that.
Bro,
Flight's
not a fan of that.
I want to be like him in Flight when I get older.
Have you seen The Little Things with Jared Leto?
No.
With Denzel and Jared Leto? That's a crazy good movie.
So I like.
What's it called?
Remember the Titans? John Q. Friggin'.
Have you seen The Hurricane?
No. Damn.
That's all you have.
American Gangster.
American Gangster was good.
Thank you, Joe.
American Gangster was good.
The movie is called The Little Things, Mike, to answer your question.
Things.
I'm not a big He Got Game guy, if I'm being honest.
It's a great story. And
I don't think that movie's
production,
really that good.
See, but it's deeper than just like I don't know, man. Like Spike Lee had so much credibility when that movie came out. Like he wasn't looking for like your typical film like that had all this like crazy money put into the production. Like that was so low key and
Spike Lee joints.
Yeah,
Spike Lee joints to the shit. Some of the best movies.
Not to mention back then though, to get somebody that was playing a professional sport and get them into the acting world wasn't as common as it is today. So like Ray Allen, like you look at Ray Allen, he's a pretty laid back, reserved dude when it comes to basketball, but he kind of went into the whole He Got Game movie set pretty confident. Like I'm still surprised how well he did with that because he's not really Mr. Personality. Would you all agree though? Like,
no, you're right.
I would never peg Ray Allen as an actor. No,
never.
No. Let's not forget Training Day too. That was a good one.
Incredible. We're forgetting a lot more. Like,
100%.
Just for the sake of pulling up Google.
I haven't seen Fences. Is that with Viola Davis?
Yeah, that's the one that they adapted from the play.
Word.
Yeah.
What's that war movie? It was one of his first movies. It was like in the early 90s.
You're right. Right.
Man on Fire, dude.
Man on Fire is good. But
Inside Man, that movie's fire. That's a Spike Lee joint.
Bro, Inside Man's one of my favorite movies.
Hell yeah.
That movie's fantastic.
Have you not seen that movie, John?
Inside Man?
Yeah.
With Clive Owen, dude?
Yeah, dude.
That movie's sick.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Glory.
That movie's
Glory. Glory was good. No, what was that movie he did with Ryan Reynolds?
Two Guns.
Safe House. Safe House was it?
Yeah, Safe House. Yeah.
Two Guns was good with Mark Wahlberg. Pretty funny.
I didn't see it.
Yep.
Yeah, Two Guns.
Book of Eli.
I didn't see the Book of Eli.
Deja Vu is Malcolm X.
And we gotta give the man his flowers too. If it wasn't for Denzel, we wouldn't have Black Panther.
But again, like you gotta. It's like music. It's like sports. Like if you can stay relevant for that long.
Yeah, you're right, Joe.
And
T'Challa.
He's just he hasn't been anything recently. Isn't there supposed to be a new Equalizer? Actually,
Yeah,
Equalizer 3.
Oh boy,
don't they have a series too?
Oh,
they do.
Yo,
yeah, they have a series, right? With Queen Latifah.
I have something big to ask you guys about. Have you heard about the series that they're starting to talk about to tie things back to 8 Mile, but a TV show?
What?
No.
What?
Yes.
I can't imagine it's going anywhere right now because of the writer's strike. So I don't imagine that's going anywhere right now.
I seen the video last week speaking about it. 50 Cent, he's working on it. M's already signed off, and they're gonna come up with a TV series.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Eminem hasn't acted in anything really, except for
no. He's not gonna.
He's not gonna be in it.
He's probably just gonna be like part of the creative team to help hold the story.
But they're gonna bring 8 Mile back to life.
It's gonna be years before that happens.
Yeah.
Dude, Hollywood's on strike right now. The writers are on strike, so there's nothing that can happen production-wise. Even shows that already exist are on pause. Like some of the biggest shows, like for instance, like Power, like the way they do it is like the new Power Book 2, they film while like the new season's out. Like they literally wrapped up the final day of shooting the day before they wrapped up the day the strike went in. Like the strike started. So like they literally like finished and then like woke up the next morning. They were like, oh, writers are on strike. Good thing we got that done. And that's all taken care of because now we can start editing and it'll be good to go. But like everything else is just on hold right now. Like everything's being pushed back. So the idea of a network even picking that up anytime soon is difficult in itself. Because you still have to build out the entire release schedule for everything that's already been filmed and then everything that's been put on hold because now that changes the whole calendar. Like things that would have come out this year are coming out next year, if not the year afterwards.
Hey, as long as it comes out.
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
50's got like 30 projects on TV currently.
It was funny though. They were talking about that, like how much success he's had with TV shows, and they're like, "How do you feel like this would do with the audience?" He's like, "I don't miss, man. Check my resume. I don't miss." Like
he's literally got like 20 shows out right now, like that are like actual live
just think about the hype behind that. Like when it does come close to dropping, like that's like it'll get more attention than even like a Power, just because initially it needs to be good for it to gain traction, but
it won't get more hype. It won't get more hype than Power.
But Power was introduced on its own based off of like
Power is literally one of the biggest TV shows right now.
8 Mile was a classic though, so it's gonna gain so many people just based off of the fact that it's based
I'm not saying it's not gonna get like a good following, but to say that it's gonna like outperform Power, no, Power is a full universe. They have 3 different series going. You don't even watch Power, John. So
I've seen Power. I'm saying it's gonna get more attention episode 1 than like a Power did in episode 1. So if the building block is there and they can, continue to.
But you're talking about the original. So you're talking about the OG Power, the show that didn't
initial attraction to a new show,
right? Like I said, so you're talking about the OG Power,
because
the OG Power,
season 1,
right? So if you look at Power though, like that's not a fair comparison then, because
of course not.
No, let me
go ahead.
Power didn't gain any traction, like real traction culturally, and like to become what it is until like season 3, season 4 of that show. Like it really was under the radar for the first 4 years of that show's existence. So to compare it to that's like not that. That's silly.
I'm just using it as another 50 Cent production. You know what I mean? For him to have so much success with that.
But that's not like a fair comparison because Power now is like a global phenomenon.
Well, we're on season 6?
Power's done. So the original Power is
but
over.
How many Power segments?
Power Book 2
from
Ghost is got 3 seasons out. Power Book 3 they're going into their 3rd season, and Power Book 4 Force is on their second season right now.
Which
and
one's
so like
about
literally
Tommy?
the power universe. What?
Which one's about Tommy?
Force. Yeah. So you have Power Book 2, Ghost, which is literally a continuation of the story right from the end of the original that follows Tariq. You have Power Book 3, which is Raising Kanan, which is Kanan's origin story. So 50's character's origin story, which is crazy. But then you have Force, which also, again, takes place right after the events of the original Power, but it follows Tommy in his journey in Chicago.
Yep. I've only seen the first two, but they're friggin' incredible. So I can only imagine what else it's developed into. Yeah.
If and Courtney Kemp, man, they've put together a crazy universe.
Yeah. It's great. Like, even just talking about 50 Cent, though, like, think about who he was when he was, in the early 2000s as somebody that founded G Unit. And now look, like,
look at him.
He's still selling out. He's on his last tour now, and he's still selling out everywhere.
Nah, but just somebody that used to sell drugs, you know what I mean? He's out here like making TV shows, making movies, just like straight up businessman.
He's a creative.
Well, he sold vitamin water for like 400 mil.
Formula.
Then he lost that money. He lost all that money. I forget how. And then he's gaining it all back.
You sue a bunch of people?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's gaining it all back with production money.
So he recently just posted on his Twitter account, like maybe a few weeks ago anyway, of him celebrating the release of it was like, what was it? 50 or Curtis? Was it Curtis? And it was a picture of him fucking just holding Sierra's ass.
and was Russell Wilson though?
Right. Like, that's why it's fucking funny. And it was a few pictures. It was like a slide, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a few of them where he's like this, and she has his hands down his pants. Like, it's just wicked funny. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just him with his shirt off. Yeah, back in the day. So, yeah. It's wicked funny.
You also remember back in the day when people said that Sierra had a dick?
Had a dick, yeah. Hermaphrodite, yep.
Yep, I remember that. I don't know who the fuck made that shit up, but we
worst rumor ever.
But we ran with it. We ran with it, bro. We ran.
Shame on us.
Everybody ran with that shit. We heard one person came into school one day and said, "Yo, Sierra got a penis," and we was like, "I'm telling everybody, like, let's go."
For real.
Yeah.
Then Bow Wow started dating her. We like, "Oh shit, Bow Wow dating her with a penis? Good for him." The fuck is he doing over there? Like, he knows she got a penis and he's still dating her. Like, she beautiful, but got a penis. And then we just forgot about it. Then we just like moved on. We're like, all right, maybe she doesn't have a penis.
This podcast has taken a weird turn.
Down and to the left.
Yep.
Reel it in. And Mike, is that a Detroit Tigers hat?
Why, Mike?
I don't even know what
Fear of God. Fear of God. Not Detroit Tigers.
Like it's Detroit Tigers.
This is exactly why I know that you don't know about the culture.
What culture?
The culture.
I mean, this is the perfect segue. Because I was told I was being brought onto this podcast to talk about sneakers. And this falls into the culture of footwear and style.
Nothing makes for good content like a white guy telling us about the culture.
The culture.
Hey.
Go ahead. Enlighten us. Enlighten us, sir. Tell this nigga about the culture.
Fear of God is somebody that is part of the community that is all about footwear, self-expressionism, and it's just part of the style. Like, if you are into sneakerhead culture, there are certain brands and collaborations that come along with shoes that you know about that just intertwine with the sneaker community. That's all it is. Fear of God has made their name based off of sneakerheads. And they did a collaboration with New Era, with hats, to capture that demographic. People that are into shoes gravitated towards the Fear of God hat collection. It came out in a bunch of different colors. And it was an easy payday because everybody wanted Fear of God. They have clothes. You know what I mean? Like, there's a brand called Essentials. If you haven't heard of Essentials, it'll also sometimes say Fear of God on it as well. but it's a clothing line. Again, collabs with hats, and it all just ties back to footwear.
Do they partner with New Balance?
There's no collaboration with Fair God and New Balance.
Isn't that the shit that
what you
Weezy
said.
has tattooed on his face?
No. What, you talking about his eyelid tattoos, you saying?
Yeah,
I think it says Fair God, but it's just
is it his brand?
Coincidental. No,
Fear God is just people who fear God, like God-fearing individuals.
But the reason why I bought the hat is because it's not a sports team, so it's just, something you can wear with anything.
That's why I wear blank hats.
I can wear it in New York.
Trying to root for
the
New York teams out there.
Well, I'm not going to wear a New York hat, but I'm also not trying to, even though I got my Boston gear on right now, but I'm not out here strutting my stuff in Boston gear, even though it's been a little bit. The New York folk can get a little, rowdy.
You gotta represent, bro.
Hey, when I went to the playoff game in Philly, I was out there in my Celtic gear, chirping on my feet the whole time. So, but
Did
yeah,
you hear what Tyreek said about Patriot fans?
Yeah, we're the worst.
Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time. How many away team athletes have come at the Boston fan base? I think it's just a misunderstanding. Like because they haven't played here before. Like had they played here, they would feel the complete opposite. But because you're the away team, you take it as hate.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes we have been out of line, but not all of us are going to be angels. So
I just think it's funny that he said that like we have the worst fans, and yet like Dolphins fans fought like an old man in the stands and sent him to the hospital, and then he ended up dying later. So it's ironic to say like Boston has white Patriots have the worst fans. Like, okay, well, Dolphins fans fucked up a Patriots fan and ended up dying later.
Miami has an awful fan base. Think about Heat games when LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh were there.
Yeah, they show up in the second quarter.
And they would leave before the fourth quarter was over. So no, I don't want to hear that for a second.
They trying to get to the strip clubs, my guy. They trying to get in the clubs early.
Hey, you know me, man. So am I. But I'm gonna sit my ass on that seat and watch that entire Celtics game before I head my way over to the Foxy Lady. You know what I mean?
You bet your ass.
After you're heading to the Foxy Lady, it's just disappointing.
Hey, does it still exist?
Yeah.
No.
I thought they renamed it. I thought it was rebranded.
No, it's not the Foxy anymore. You talking about Brockton? No, it ain't the Foxy anymore.
Foxy was my spot.
Yeah, I'm all set with going to strip clubs where I'm watching this girl get naked to Marilyn Manson's Beautiful People. I'm good.
What?
Yo, last time I was there with you, Michael, this chick came out and she starts dancing to Marilyn Manson's Beautiful People. Now, don't get me wrong.
I don't even know that song.
I grew up in a very diverse situation where I listened to a lot of Marilyn Manson growing up. But the fuck I need some bitch getting naked to that shit for? Nah, put on some hip hop. Like, the fuck?
She trying to mosh.
Like, bro, I ain't like, you ain't turning me on, bitch. Like, now I'm just like watching, like, the fuck? That ain't getting me in the mood.
She over here trying to get rowdy, though.
Joe, I don't recall this experience, but to be fair, I'm not necessarily focused on the music.
Nah, I text my older sister immediately. It's like, yo,
focus on the titties.
I mean, I'm more of an ass guy at this point in my life. I think
ass, man.
I was not. I was not growing up. I chalk it up as going to high school in Whitman Hanson, I guess, but there just wasn't as much of that, thickness as I like to call it.
My guy. I spent 12 years in the Whitman Hanson Regional School District. And I've always been an ass man, though.
Yeah, but
it just made me appreciate. No, because it just made you appreciate the rare ones that was out there.
I think due to the lack of exposure, though, I was never really given a chance to really,
Nigga, you grew up in Boston, my guy. You have mad fucking booty around you.
Girls hadn't grown up yet, bro. They were 12. Like
you were too. You was 12 too, my guy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but
playing field.
As you grow up and you understand, the actual circumstances of having that type of relationship with the opposite sex. It's not what it was when you were 12 versus when you were 17.
Nah. I liked big old asses.
Not about liking. You didn't have.
I love big old booties now. Like, bro, the fuck.
You should have seen this.
I know what I can. I know more things I can do with a big old booty now, but I loved it just as much at 5.
But you weren't getting. But you weren't getting big ass booties at 12 years old.
You don't know what the fuck I was getting at 12 years old.
Yeah, me and your mom used to talk about things like this. Whoa, that'd be weird. When I slept over your house that entire summer, and I'd sleep on the couch downstairs, and your mom be watching TV, and I'd be trying to sleep, she'd be trying to talk, and we'd be talking. She'd be like, "Nah, I'm just playing."
Why ain't Joe getting any big booty bitches in this house?
Nah, we'd have some serious heart to hearts though. Not even gonna lie. You're no, but on a positive, not a positive note, but on a real note, like his mom would literally be there for any point in time if I had to talk about something, and I would always be, a set of ears to listen. I used to live at this dude's house.
You did. You spent the whole summer.
And I had to be nice because he was always so mean. So I had to offset. I had to offset. Well, what vibe was mean?
He's just roasting Joe right now, dude. Did you guys hear the rumor that the Trailblazers are they're actually now starting to panic and call NBA teams to try to get a deal for Dame?
They said the Bulls, right? That was the new team that's popping to the conversation.
Yeah, they're popping in. They're trying to get the Bulls and Zach LaVine involved.
The Bulls are just stockpiled with great individual talent, but it's not. I know it's your favorite team, McLovin, so I'm sorry, but it's just it's not gonna happen. The dynamic just doesn't make sense. It almost goes back to the controversy with JT and JB not really making each other better, like DeRozan and LaVine. That's not a match made in heaven.
Nope.
Too similar.
But look at Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They're very similar. They're making it work.
Very different, though.
They have two different styles of gameplay. We've talked about this on previous episodes. Like they're as much as they're similar, like as much as they have similarities in their game, like they're still very different. DeMar and Zach LaVine are very much the same.
I guess the only place where you could look at DeRozan and LaVine and say, hey, those aren't the same type of players. DeRozan lives within the arc. Like he's one of the best mid-range shooters the league has right now, and it's a lost art. And I know Sheridan, you're probably over here like, yeah, talk more about mid-range basketball.
I love DeMar. I fucking love DeMar DeRozan. And I've
only because he doesn't shoot threes. Yeah,
I said it earlier.
Oh man, but like him and LaVine,
great mid-range shooter.
They're both so ball dominant. I mean, JT and JB are too, and I think with the Celtics, especially this year, like seems like we're going all in, bringing in Porzingis. Like they have to make other people better around them, though. It can't just be the ISO show. Like if they can't create for others and really make everyone's life easier, we'll continue to scratch the surface, but we won't be able to break through.
Here's a what if. Do you think the Bulls would be a much better team, like team-wise, not individual-wise, if Lonzo did not get hurt?
100%.
It's not even a question.
100%. He is so talented. Like, does it all. Both ends of the floor.
Like a mini Rondo.
But he didn't have a three-point shot coming into the league. He's bigger.
Like stat wise, I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
performance wise, he's
his overall skill set. Yeah, like his IQ. Like he's such a smart player, man. Like you see, like obviously you can drop dimes and see it reflect in the box score, but there's when you're watching a game, the type of passes he makes, like it's almost like Magic Johnson-esque. Like, but something's wrong with that knee. They're claiming it's something with the big baller brand shoes that started the damage. Like total BS.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not feeding into all of that, but I mean, his dad put him in those shoes. So, what can you really do?
Right.
go after the people that designed it and actually built it. I don't know the contract.
I don't think they're going to go after him for anything. I think it's just saying that like the poor quality of those shoes. It's the same thing that like if you look at you look at like And One brand. And One took a huge hit because fucking what was it? Stephon Marbury was their first like athlete, and he rolled his ankle the first game. I think it was either Stephon Marbury or
Rafer Alston.
No. The first person they had wear the And One shoes in the NBA.
Oh, in the NBA.
Yes.
I thought you meant somebody that
no. NBA.
Got you. I don't know who that would be.
He said Stephon Marbury.
Well, he said I don't know if that's accurate or not. I would have to take his word for it. Yeah, I would take your word for it because I honestly don't know the first NBA player that wore
Stephon Marbury, 1996.
And
I remembered it from the And One documentary, but like he rolled his ankle the first game he came out, and like he was their first athlete to wear their shoe in the game.
That's right.
And the first game he played, he rolled his ankle and fucked up his season, and it ruined everything for And One. Yes,
you think that's why he came out with Starbury though?
Probably.
Like, forget about you, And One. I'm about to make my own.
He had to remove himself from that.
Sell him at Stephen Barry's for $18. Get some $18 basketball shoes. I wore them thanks for CYO junior year. drop 10 points a game in them.
Some players just want to make shoes for the fans that can't afford them, like Shaq.
Hey, I bought the shorts too, man. That was great value. Good for him. Like being older now and looking back, like that is something so big for like the community and like kids that look up to, pro athletes and somebody that like doesn't come from much and wants to have a ball put in their hands and just good for him, man. Like I didn't realize that at that age though. It's like, oh, this is cheap. This isn't cool. You know what I mean? It's almost like
because
Shaq's being sold in Payless.
Because we came from a place where we could get those things, like the things of like the premier players, like the higher profile shoes and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying like any of us came from like money, but we came from like households where we could get like Iversons from like Reebok Iversons, and we could go out and get a pair of Kobe's or Jordans even. You know what I mean? If that was like what we were gonna get for our shoe, like it was feasible. But there's a lot of kids, and when you look at like the primary like youth demographic of kids that are watching the NBA and like idolizing these players, they do come from low income like households and areas where they can't afford to have that. So being able to like put on a Starbury that your parents got you for $15, he might have been like, you could have been just some kid from New York that just loved Stephon Marbury and never could get anything of his, and now you can wear his shoes because your dad got like a bonus and had $20 he could spend on it. That way he didn't have to get groceries with this month.
100%,
you could get Shaq's.
That was Shaq's big reason for putting his shoes in Payless.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yep.
Shaq was ahead of his time, man. Yeah. Even now though, like he does. Don't even get me started with him. Like people talk about the best center of all time. Like you could talk about just the impact they've made on the court, but looking beyond that, I mean, obviously you go back to your Bill Russells and like, social activism and things like that.
Right.
But
his philanthropic impact.
Shaquille O'Neal is just like, people talk about, Kobe, they talk about LeBron and all these players within our generation. Honestly, that man does not get enough credit. He really doesn't. Like he's one of my favorite players of all time.
I love seeing the videos where he goes into like Walmart and he sees like a single mother and he just goes up to her and is like, buy anything you want. I'm going to pay for it. Doesn't matter what it is. Go ahead. Like that's fucking awesome.
Absolutely. But I think part of the reason why he doesn't get the recognition for that as much anymore, like the credit that we all know he deserves, is because we know that he does it. And like, it sounds weird, but it's like his efforts are like, it's almost oversaturated where it's just become the norm and the expectation from Shaq. So it doesn't like, none of those like individual efforts stand out because that's just what we make. That's just the Shaq we know.
You take it for granted. Right. It's become the norm. Yeah. So it goes overlooked.
Yeah.
if my fucking girl ever sees Shaquille O'Neal in a goddamn Walmart, I hope to God she knows who
would
he
Emily
looks
know
like,
who Shaquille O'Neal is?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
He's really tall.
Yo, oh
this
my God. I hope to God.
I bet Ryan would know who Shaquille O'Neal is before Emily does.
Oh man.
Just by playing 2K.
Yo,
I was draining threes with Shaq against Ryan last time I played 2K with him. He was
oh my God.
I would shoot from half court on rookie. Shaq was draining threes, guys. Rye beat me though. Joe, you would have been proud. I asked Sheridan by like the end of the third quarter. I'm like, I'm supposed to let him win, right? He goes, nah, I beat his ass all the time. I was already down 15. I'm like, bro, I should have known this from the tip off. So I'm trying in the fourth quarter, and I honestly couldn't come back. I ended up losing by 4. Rye got me. So every time I see him, he goes, you want to lose in 2K? I'm like, little bastard.
He loves 2K.
Oh man, so do
he
I.
Likes FIFA too. He likes
FIFA's dope.
Yeah, FIFA's fun.
Been a minute since I played FIFA.
You ain't catching me playing no FIFA.
FIFA's dope, Joe.
FIFA's dope. Fun.
I play NHL Live before I play FIFA.
NHL's dope too.
NHL Live is sick.
Used to be nice at NHL.
MLB.
NHL.
MLB.
Yo, I love the show. Love the show.
Yeah.
That shit is so good.
I ain't played it in a minute.
I played a couple games of Madden this morning.
Good for you. That's what I be playing. I be playing Madden all the time now. But I play online, like against people, and that's the only thing that's like frustrating. Is
I'm doing computer Madden.
Which one you got, Joe?
Hmm?
Which Madden do you got?
22.
22?
Last year's, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got last year's. I didn't get this year's.
Yeah.
It's just rookies. Whatever.
Are you still playing on the Maddens that I left on my Xbox?
No, I bought last year's.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, I had to.
He can't play him if you don't have the disc.
Really?
Yeah, you need the disc.
Why?
Did you buy the disc, McLovin?
Probably not.
Oh,
I haven't bought a disc in years.
There are like further back Maddens that you can't play because they just won't let you.
Wait, what are you talking about? I don't have a 360 anymore.
I know.
Why are you talking about discs? I'm confused.
Well, they still make
sell the discs. You can play the old Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One.
Oh, I threw those.
No, but like I'm saying, like the older dated Madden games, you can't play them anymore. They don't work.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
They put a block on them, or
no? Like they want you to buy the newer ones. That's why.
Yeah, Madden.
I tried playing the other day, and it just kept stopping on me, just cutting out.
Play offline.
Back, like it was offline.
What year? Mine's fine. I played today.
I think it's 21.
Oh, I played 22
today. 20, 21, something like that.
I know I had 20, and 20 used to fuck with me. Like after a while, it stopped. That's why I ended up buying it. It wouldn't let me log into like my EA Sports account and stuff like that. Yeah.
Once you can't do that,
I get those error messages too. I just cancel out and force my way through.
Yeah, you also don't have like Xbox Live.
Nope, I do not.
So it's a totally different situation. Yours, it's not connecting because it can't connect to the EA servers.
See?
Ours,
take a page out of my book. Can't you like sign out and be able to negate that?
Nope.
No, damn. All right.
It's a bit, bro.
Buy the new version.
Nah, bro.
That's all you can do, though, right?
Not until they fix the game.
Yeah, Madden doesn't get much different. Like, and I haven't played video games in so long. You guys know I'm not a gamer like I used to be back in the day. And this Madden feels like the same as when I played years ago.
It's been a copy and paste game since 2017.
I will say hit stick is a lot harder. I'd be whiffing. I'm like, got him. No. Then he just, takes to the house.
Well, that's why a lot of players that play 2K, they clown on it because of how mediocre and how it hasn't changed in the last 10 years.
2K.
No, people that play 2K
Madden.
clown on Madden, he's saying.
2K is
2K hasn't changed
than Madden.
2K at least develops like the storylines and shit.
NBA?
Yeah, the game 2K is a much more polished game.
Yeah,
than,
I feel like
Madden is.
I feel like they make better yearly upgrades.
Oh my god, yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? There's more relevancy behind
Madden's
what they
so
do.
Fucking annoying.
It's just stale. Like they got to do something that just piques a little interest and creates a little bit more. I don't know, user friendly mode. It's some of it's tough, man.
I like the storylines that they're introducing. You know, like how you can actually get into the NBA. You can get drafted. You can try to work your way into it.
I'm getting so confused if we're talking about Madden.
Yeah, we're not talking about NBA, but
because you guys just keep bouncing back and forth.
I think me and Sheridan are on the football page, but McLovin is...
Okay, we're going back and forth.
I was on Madden the whole time, and then he brought up 2K, and then I just gave up.
I'm on Madden.
I thought Madden's stale.
I love video games. We can talk about everything.
I don't love them, but
love them.
I like video games. I find every once hard in a blue moon. Them, though.
That's why I love them. The challenge.
Yeah, I was watching a video the other day of a dude complaining about like all the old games and how he wants to play them, but none of the companies will make an emulator for all their old games. So like, even like the original PlayStation has like 3,000 games that you can play, but they don't have an emulator to play them. The only one that you can actually play is Crash Bandicoot.
Well, what game system? GameCube?
Yeah,
the original PlayStation.
Mean? Well,
doesn't it all depend on the system?
What, Joe?
So just getting the old PlayStation.
Yeah, yeah. I got a PlayStation 2 that I went out and got. And I bought a bunch of games for it.
Yeah. What is your favorite device?
Me?
All of you. Your favorite game device?
Oh, it's definitely PlayStation 2.
That is like that's a big conversation. PlayStation 2 or Game Boy, man. I'm gonna put Game Boy in that conversation. That was
Game Boy.
That's a good one.
That was taken on the
damn.
What do you mean Game Boy? Like it's a question. Like, yeah, man.
I feel like
that was like when the cell phone came out. Like you could take that shit on the go. Like,
but I feel like bringing in Game Boys into like a video game conversation, that's like more of a handheld video game. That'd be like if you were discussing that'd be like if you were just
video game though, Joe.
Bro, because it revolutionized video games doesn't mean it's not a video game. Like I understand what you're saying, but
you don't know what I was saying. I haven't said it yet.
I got a crystal ball underneath.
All right, cool. You know what I'm saying. Say it then. The fuck?
Well, I can't say it verbatim, so go ahead. My fault.
All good. Say what you gotta say, bro.
Game Boy. Bro, think about the accessories. I'll start there. You had the little like magnifying glass that could like clip on and like wrap around. You had the little light you could add to it. You had the link cable. Like Game Boy came out, they had the traveling case. Like none of that was a thing. You talk about Allen Iverson changing the NBA. You talk about you just have moments in time where things just go from here to here. Game Boy came out. To the moon.
You just compared the Game Boy to Allen Iverson.
Changing the game.
People over at
Change the game. Argue it.
No, I mean I can't disagree with you. When I was a kid, I got the Game Boy Color. I had the original Game Boy for like maybe a month or two because it was my cousin's old one, and then I got a Game Boy Color for my birthday. I was like 6, maybe 7, and I played that. I absolutely roasting through batteries, just battery after battery until they got the rechargeable thing. But I had the light. I was playing every night before bed, on road trips, like all day, on the bus,
in the car,
the Game Boy in the bus. Yeah,
everywhere. Family parties. vacation rides in the car to go, like, man. And again, the link cable, like, I don't know about you guys growing up in the South Shore, but when like Pokemon like got hot on Game Boy, we used to go to recess and we had the link cables and you could battle with your Pokemon against each other. You guys did, like, that was like an all-time high when you were a kid. Like, dude.
You can make trades?
You could make trades. You could. That was just the very early stages of technology, though. Now look.
What do you think about the N64?
My favorite. That is my favorite game system.
We just had a fucking 10-minute conversation on Game Boy.
Yeah, and you pulled out the Game Boy.
See, I'm torn. You got me there. You just brought up.
He said, "Now that's my favorite."
I'm easily swayed. Now I'm thinking GoldenEye 007, Mario Kart. Like, you got so many classics.
Fucking Christ.
I feel like everything beyond Game Boy and 64, PlayStation 2 just lost me. Oh, 360 and any Xbox or PlayStation Beyond 2, I'd never caught on. I think that's where I started to die off. Joe, what was the name of that tennis game we used to play at Greg's house in Hanson on South Street? Oh, no, not South Street. The other one. Topspin. Yo. Random shout out, but that game, fire.
Do you know what the only PlayStation game you can play on a system right now is? One of them?
There's only Crash Bandicoot.
Like
you just said it like 5 minutes ago.
Did I?
The fuck are you talking about? You said literally you can't play. Like, the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Welcome, McLovin.
You're the only one that said it.
No, you said it. You said spider, I'm all set.
That's how this whole thing came up, is because you said they don't make whatever the fucking thing is to make all these old games playable. Like, there's like 3,000 PlayStation games that like nobody can play. The only game that you can play from an old PlayStation game is Crash Bandicoot.
That's true. You did say that.
Sheridan, you didn't get my reference?
Say it again.
Let's bring it back to the replay.
You said, no spider, I'm all set, spider.
What the fuck? No. I thought it was wicked funny, though.
Oh, man. Goodfellas. Mike fucking, what's his name? From The Sopranos. Tony's nephew, Christopher. He's Michael Imperioni. He's in Goodfellas. He's the bartender. He's serving everybody drinks at the friggin' card game. And then Joe Pesci's like, oh, what? You didn't hear my order? He was bringing them all drinks. He goes, oh, no, I thought you said spider, I'm all set. He's like, no, I'm not fucking all set. And he shoots him in the foot. And then he calls him a real fucking asshole. And then he kills him in front of everybody. And they bury his body.
Damn.
What a time to be alive.
That was the most fucked up part of it.
He did that shit to the shoe-shine guy.
Go get your fucking shine.
Go get your shine box.
I would have loved in like another life to have been a fucking Italian mobster. Would have been great. You would
have loved that?
Oh, I would have loved it.
No way.
I would have loved it. That would have been a great life.
Jesus, Mike.
You don't think that's a little interesting?
No, dude.
No? Wow. You guys are boring. I find that so interesting. Oh, no.
Just join a mob now.
It's too late. It's not really.
Hop into a local pizzeria you got up there.
Mad pizzerias.
There you go. One of them's got to be joined to the mob.
Probably.
Mike, all you have to do is make your own mob. Just start walking into businesses and tell them that they need to hire you for protection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Out of your mind. Oh, no.
I get 20% what you do.
Oh, man. Wouldn't that be nice? It reminds me of the scene out of Tulsa King when he shows up in friggin' Tulsa and he goes to a dispensary and he's like, so I protect you now from the gangs. And they're like, what gangs? There are no gangs. We're in Tulsa. And Sylvester Stallone He's great in the show. I don't know if you guys have seen Tulsa King, but
it's great. It's a good show.
Watch it. No, like worth the watch. He's obviously his name, is a big name over the years from what he's done, but this is probably at the top of his productions in my opinion. So you guys like Rocky?
In the show,
Rocky's cool. Rambo's cool too, though.
I don't fuck with Rambo.
How do you not fuck
Rambo's
with Rambo?
What are you talking about?
Rambo's so good.
My dad tried to get me into it. He forced me to watch it 3 times, and I just
the second and third ones are better than the first one.
I don't think I got that far. I don't think I got through all of one. It's just
They made one a few years ago too.
I heard they're making the new Expendables.
Yeah, it's gonna be out very soon.
Yeah.
Is that animated or is that real humans?
Real Expendables or real humans?
I've never seen the originals. I've never seen it.
You've never seen the Expendables?
I have not. You should not be surprised.
There's 3 of them, and there's gonna be a 4th one. So
okay.
There's a lot of good actors in it.
Any action movie actor, they just throw in it for no reason.
Isn't the guy from the town
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
The guy from the town, the cop?
No, I don't think Don Draper's in it.
No, he's not in it. Jason Statham.
Jet Li's in it.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of dope action dudes.
What's his name? Who plays the Russian in Rocky 2?
That's not 2. That's 4.
Rocky 3. Is it
4? Yeah. 2, 3 is Mr. T.
What the hell's his name?
All right, so Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham,
Andrei Karolinko. That's what he looks like.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah,
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah,
that's the guy.
Yep. Bruce Willis, Terry Crews, Wesley Snipes, Randy Couture.
This is the Expendables.
Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jet Li. Yep.
Star-studded.
Chuck Norris, Van Damme, Steve Austin, Liam Hemsworth.
All right, we get it.
No,
this is one movie.
This is the first one. Yeah,
it's a lot of guys.
Yeah, man, it's a good movie.
It's
action-packed.
I was gonna say what genre is it?
Action.
It's gotta be comedy too, though, right? Yeah,
it's a rom-com.
Well, no rom, but there's got to be com. With those type of actors, there's got to be some comedy there, no?
No, it's pretty hardcore.
Really? Okay. I'll have to check it out.
A lot of bullets flying, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be too many movies coming out because of that strike.
Yeah, it's been 5 months now.
Holy shit!
I didn't even know about the strike. I'm not even gonna lie.
Started in May.
No clue. I mean, there's very rarely an occasion when I want to go to the movies and see a movie. And I think the last time I went with McLovin. We went to see Air. Before that, I think it had been a good 2-3 years before I went to the movies. It's not the same. Growing up, good movies were coming out all the time.
Yeah, they don't make the mid-budget movies, and then you go to we've talked about this before. You go to the movies and you see you want to see the spectacle,
Yeah. What was the last movie you saw in theaters, Joe?
Fast and the Furious, the new one.
What?
The new Fast and the Furious.
Oh, the newest one, the 10.
What's that?
Yep,
10?
that would be the new Fast and the Furious. Would absolutely be the newest one.
I've lost track. Is it the same star-studded cast as before? They add people to it, or
Jason Momoa?
The Rock's in it.
Aquaman,
Tyrese, the usual Ludacris.
Yeah, except for The Rock. He's only in a certain part of it that I don't want to give away for anybody who hasn't seen.
Vin's in the movie.
What kind of fucking question is that?
Was he in 4 until the end?
Vin Diesel's literally the main character of the franchise.
He wasn't in Tokyo Drift until the very end.
Nobody was in that movie.
That's my point. How do I know they didn't do something else like that? I haven't seen a Fast and the Furious, I think, since 7. So I'd have to get caught up before seeing 10.
Did they ever bring back the dude from Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
Mike Winchell from Friday Night Lights?
Yeah.
Lucas Black.
Wow.
Yeah. Everybody who was in Tokyo Drift has been in other Fast and the Furious movies.
Mike Winchell. Odessa. Great movie.
Odessa, Texas.
I love that. Move Miles.
Yeah. Miles. The TV show was good too.
Wait. I thought either Joe or John, one of y'all hated on Friday Night Lights or said they'd never seen it.
I love the movie.
It is you. Come on, man.
I'm still not gonna watch it.
You would love that movie. You really would. What holds you back from watching it?
My lack of interest in watching it.
But why? Like, what leads to that opinion? In all honesty, like, I'm genuinely asking. Because you
doesn't appeal to me.
But you're a lot like us, and you like sport movies. So
I'm not as big on sport movies as you guys. In fact, we discussed that on a previous episode as well. Like, I'm just not a huge fan of sports movies.
This is probably towards the top of most sports movies, though. It's not like you're mediocre, like, hey, watch it because it's about sports. Like, it's a top tier sports movie. Like, I know you, and I know the movie. I know you two would get along pretty well. You'd be smitten by it. As John Shayan.
What the fuck was that?
He said smitten, so I got excited.
I knew that was why. Name drop.
Had to bring it there, dog. Had to bring it.
That's what you do when you're excited, dude?
Yeah.
You mean when he's smitten by it?
Yeah, when he's smitten.
Oh man, but Joe, you would love that movie. I mean,
I'm not gonna watch it. You've been trying to get me to watch this movie for fucking. We've been friends 37 years. You guys have been trying to get me to watch this fucking movie. Never got it.
It's a good one.
He wouldn't like it. He wouldn't like it, Mike.
No, he would love it.
Shut up,
You're right. You're right.
You're not doing that either. You can tell me it sucks, and I'm still not gonna watch it.
It sucks so bad.
I'm not gonna watch
it. Billy Bob Thornton, man.
It has a 20% Rotten Tomato score.
I don't give a fuck about that movie. No matter how much you guys try to make me fucking watch that movie, I'm just not gonna watch it. I have no interest in watching it. I didn't have interest in it when it came out. I didn't have interest in it the 30,000 other times you guys have tried to get me to watch it. I don't have interest in it now.
What me and McLovin have been doing, we're in survival pools right now. And
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. No, not you're welcome, you asshole.
You're welcome.
You picked the fucking Giants, and thank God they came back, but holy shit.
So
did on the edge of my goddamn seat.
So did they win?
No, yeah, they won, but holy shit.
You're welcome.
You just were like, they're playing the Cardinals. They're going to lose. Yeah. They're going to win.
This dude hit me up at like 10 a.m. I'm like, I see his name pop up on my phone. I'm like, what does he want right now on a Sunday morning? And he's asking me for my input on football. And this is fucking Johnny Football right here. I'm Mr. NBA, so I'm a little, taken back by the fact that he's looking for my opinion on the Sunday slate. And I'm like, the Giants, dude. He's like poking holes in it. Like, what do you mean the Giants? And I'm like, they just got beat 40-0. Like, they're gonna come back. Like, they're gonna at least try at the very least.
Yeah.
And you seen them try in the second half.
That was our original pick, was the Giants.
I talked to McLovin earlier about it, and he was like, take the Giants. And I was like,
Yeah. I mean,
so now I'm starting to think I should just take every team that plays the Cardinals. So now I'm like, should I take Dallas? Should I take Dallas this week?
Yes. Well, Dallas. So that goes against your argument, though. You're trying to save these best teams, but
yeah.
I mean, McLovin and Joe weren't part of this conversation, but what I was trying to tell him, like, if I'm in that pool, my strategy is I'm gonna look at those best teams, put them on a list, and then look at their schedules for the entire year and see where their value is at an all-time high. Like, there's weeks where you're gonna want those top tier teams to defeat somebody and just know you have it in the bag, but you don't want to wait till the end of the year and you have these 5 top teams and you're using them in the last 5 weeks. There's more strategy to it than that, so got to look ahead.
I'm trying to hold out hope as much as I can. I'm looking at either the Patriots or the Jaguars this week. Jaguars are playing Houston. Jaguars are at home.
To win, you got the pass over the Jets?
Yes.
I mean, I like to think so
or
too.
the Jaguars over Houston.
I like Jaguars over Houston more.
Yeah, you think so?
I do as well.
I don't trust the Patriots yet. I got to see it win. But
what was my original pick? The Seahawks?
Yeah, he said Seahawks over the Panthers.
Over the Panthers? Yeah.
Well, Panthers have no Bryce Young.
They have Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red
that makes
Rocket.
them scarier.
That makes me scarier, right?
Dalton to Thielen. Hey, Thielen's been balling, though. Thielen's been balling. He's the only target vacuum on that team.
Well, you don't know what kind of Andy Dalton you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get like the Fitz Magic Andy Dalton, or you're going to get Mr. Throws 4 picks in 1 quarter Andy Dalton.
Right.
Where was he last year? New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Yeah.
He won the starting job over Jameis Winston. What the actual fuck?
Well, Jameis Winston's an absolute clown off the field, so I get that, but I mean, the Saints didn't really have weapons last year. I don't know. Like, Olave was a rookie. Shaheed was a rookie. And who else did they have? They had one of the wideout. Malcolm Thomas Michael Thomas, rather. I'm sorry.
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
He got hurt again.
Of course, you'd know. I draft him every year in fantasy sports.
If he falls to me, he falls.
Take a flyer. Yeah. The 5th round, he fell to me.
I got him in one of my leagues. I'm not disappointed.
I know you do.
Got him in like the 12.
Kenny Golladay, Dynasty League.
He's the fucking worst.
Guy's like 30 by now. Oh man.
He's one of those wide receivers that just fell off the face of the earth. Went to the Giants and said, "You know what?"
He fell off after his rookie season. His first year with Detroit was legit because he was healthy. And from there, it was just injury woes. NFL, man, it's a whole different ball game. It's nothing like any other sport. Like, injuries will really stop you from getting ahead and getting your payday. They barely play NFL players.
Yeah.
It's so physical. That's why,
Yeah, but no one.
Why you think running backs trying to get paid?
That's my point.
Wide receivers. They're trying to get paid like wide receivers.
But a running back is so vital to an offense. Like, I get wideouts. I get it. But your running back? Like, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like there's more value having a better running back than having a wide receiver 1.
They're a dime a dozen the way that they're used. Yeah. And they get hurt so often. The average shelf life of a running back is like 3 years. Even for the best ones, it's like 5 years. You're not going to see a running back be a stud until 30. Look at Derrick Henry. I mean, he's still doing pretty good, but he's starting to get hurt a little bit more and more. And he's creeping up there. I think he just turned 30.
Yeah, he's like, is 31? He might be close to our age. Make us feel old real quick. Joe, you're the oldest, so no offense.
Derrick Henry makes us look like children, though.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
I'd say most professional athletes make us look like children.
Isn't that weird though? Like the older we get and the more we get into sports and we see these young guys coming up making millions of dollars, just they literally are kids now to us. You got 21, 22-year-olds. Just
we're old heads, man.
Oh. What happened?
What happened?
That's not cool.
We
grew up.
Yeah, but like we would be the same age as the guys we were talking about. I mean, basketball, you can prevail a little longer in the league and stick around, but football, NFL, I feel like 33 to 35 if you're lucky. Not your Tom Brady's. Not your Aaron Rodgers,
I think the only people that really survive in the NFL till that age is like some quarterbacks.
Well, the kickers and punters.
The kickers, punters. You have some O linemen that'll last that long.
Some of them, yeah.
But
29 years old, Derrick Henry.
Okay, so he's right about 30.
That in the NBA, that's entering your prime. So I think with Tennessee, Joe, you're the boots on the ground. I know you've been to some preseason games, but Tannehill's not the guy. Like Derrick Henry's good, and they got a DeAndre Hopkins, and they got a Treylon Burks, but Tennessee's like there. They got the skill positions figured out, but Tannehill, how old's he?
They want to give him one last shot.
He's
like 29, 30.
No
way.
Dude, he's got to be 35.
35.
He's got to be 35.
He's 35. He's exactly 35.
Is he really 35?
Yeah.
You looked it up?
Way.
He's got to be. Yeah, he's 35. He's been, dude,
wow.
He's with Miami forever.
Wow.
He's not it, though. Like, that's...
young-looking motherfucker.
No. I think
I remember when he came into the NFL. He was a fucking quarterback.
Yeah,
he was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, he was a fucking quarterback.
He's
a quarterback now.
He was a wide receiver. They were like, "Oh yeah, you should play quarterback."
I know that guy. He threw the ball.
What's the position where they throw the ball? He's
Uncle Rico. It's like Uncle Rico and Napoleon Dynamite. Back in the day, I could throw a steak over them there mountains.
I don't know what a steak.
That's what he said in the movie.
No, he said he could throw a football over the mountain.
But then he grabs a steak. Then he grabs the steak and throws it. My fault.
He throws it at Napoleon. He falls off his bike.
Yes. My bad.
Fuck that movie.
Great movie.
No,
right up there. Right up there with Friday Night Lights, Joe.
Now you're just disrespecting Friday Night Lights.
I love Friday Night
Lights. True.
Boo Miles. Michelangelo.
Like I said, man, TV show is good too. Have you seen the TV show, Mike?
Yeah, with the dude with the stutter from The Wedding Ringer. You made me watch it. Some episodes. I haven't seen it front to back, but yeah, sure.
It's good.
I haven't finished it. So they have movies with Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher, and he's just not that guy. Like Jack Reacher's supposed to be this like tall, jacked dude that just like he's a giant to everybody, dwarfs everybody.
Isn't that what he is?
The guy that they have now is good.
Yeah, in the show he is, but in the movies, Tom Cruise is like 5'5". You know, he's like a tiny dude. He doesn't play the game like that.
Yeah, the TV show is really good. If you haven't seen it,
I have not.
It's really good.
Yeah, they pushed the 4th season of The Boys.
Fuck that show.
Oh,
too many dicks.
Yeah, you showed it, dude. See, where you went wrong was when you're like, "Hey guys, have you heard about the show The Boys?" and you're like, let me show you one
scene.
clip. Yeah, let me show you one clip to sell you on this show. This is the scene. This dude's fucking shaking around in a cocaine bag, fucking.
Oh.
Yep. Only part of the show I enjoyed. And then yeah, like that's weird. He fucking blew up inside of somebody and blood whenever, like, too much.
Oh yeah.
Too much.
Yep.
Like, we all have a line. Pass mine.
He sneezed inside the dick.
Dude, like I just got the chills when you said sneezed
funny.
inside the dick.
And
no, it's not funny.
He fucking blew him up. Like,
Joe,
what
have you been exposed to The Boys, or have you heard about it?
I've seen it all.
You've seen it? Sorry to hear that. How do you feel about it? Because that was everything I needed to see to not want to see the rest.
I'm an adult. I can get past it.
Oh, it's not about being adult.
It's a good show.
Good show.
It's a good show.
Looking for great.
You'll watch a couple episodes and you'll binge it. You'll binge it. It's good.
No, if you want great, watch Ozark, Mike.
I've seen a couple episodes. Funny you say that.
Ozark is great.
That'll do for it for another edition of the Woogity Bros podcast. As always, I am your host, Steve. We got Joey here. We got Johnny here.
Cheers.
And for a special edition, Mikey.
Thank you, guys.
It's upset.
It's been a pleasure, dog. It's been a fucking pleasure having you, man. Been real fun.